Here are the starting lineups for both sides, presented by Jeep. Simpson, Matthews, Poole, Brozdakis, and Teske for Michigan. For Binghamton, watch out for that top name, Sam Sessoms, the freshman, 8th in the nation amongst freshmen in scoring at nearly 18 a contest. And we are ready for a noon tip from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thanks for settling in and watching, everybody. Teske controls it, and Michigan with that perfect 12-0 record with the week off, their first post-Christmas test and their last pre-Big Ten test here today.
They're going to see, Brandon, a lot of 2-3 zone. This much smaller Binghamton team.
Well, and if they're going to zone him, Poole shoot him out of it. He's shooting 48% from downtown.
I think he has as much confidence as anybody in the league right now. Talked to John Beilein and says that he accepts any challenge that comes his way.
Team best 29th made three-pointer this year. And now Binghamton trying to equalize it, and they do from downtown. Caleb Stewart.
You're going to see Binghamton. They're going to take their time. They will push when given the opportunity, meaning fast break, but they're really going to take a lot of air out of each possession and try to limit the opportunities for Michigan.
And although they have a 4-9 record, they did go toe-to-toe with Notre Dame in their building and played them for a full 40 minutes close. So they won't be intimidated here today.
No, they won't. You know, you got a team out of the America East. That's a quality lead.
Well, opening three-point shooting is hot. 2 for Michigan, 1 for Binghamton.
Michigan, one of the things that Beilein wanted to see is that his team had more confidence. They shoot it very well in practice, but hasn't translated in the games as much as he would like.
But a couple there to start. 1 from Poole, 1 from the freshman Brozdakis. And that's going to be a foul inside against John Teske. There is the head man, John Beilein. Always good to visit with him before the game. And tells us he's trying to relax, doing his meditation, stay calm. Of course, he had the heart surgery in the offseason, but what a joy to be around.
He is a joy, and he's always learning, Brandon. That's the beautiful thing of it. He's a guy who's a student as well as a teacher, and some of his lifestyle changes that he was sharing with us is fascinating, because I'm like, you know what, I'm not his age, but maybe I need to start thinking about some of the things he's doing.
That's a good point. I always appreciate that. At 65, he says that he is always learning new things, not only about the game of basketball, but life. Always interesting to talk to.
Yeah. Stellar defense once again by Michigan, limiting Binghamton to 1 attempt.
Early off the bench, Austin Davis gets it up top. Xavier Simpson. He'll run the show for John Beilein. Poole, another one. Once more. Jordan Poole from outside, and Michigan is 3 of 3 from deep.
Wow, I thought there might be a little bit of rust since they haven't played since the 22nd, but they look awfully sharp here, knowing exactly how they want to attack this matchup zone.
They're hitting on the three-point shooting. The first 3 games of the year, Michigan only hit 14 total, but the last 9 games since, they're over 9 threes a game, and a hot start here from deep. And that shot no good from Sessoms.
Simpson looked like he wanted to throw a lead pass. Chose not to and maintain possession.
Michigan showing patience and finding a soft spot. Mid-range jumper no good by Matthews.
Charles Matthews, I expect him to elevate his offensive output, Brandon, when conference play comes. Guy that can get it on all 3 levels. Shoot the 3, get mid-range, and really get to the rim.
He's scoring 14.5 a contest, right around where he was last year as a junior. Late in the shot clock. Once again, that Michigan defense showing tough. And an ugly miss out of bounds. It'll stay on this end, but the shot clock did not reset, so 1 to shoot.
Boy, I tell you, the effort there. Davis, a tough look. Got to go quick.
Inbounders Sessoms. It's going to be a tough shot. He's not even going to get it off. J.C. Shao had no chance, and Michigan forces the turnover.
You know, defensively, the Wolverines are sound, but they've got the size advantage too, Brandon, so that's really going to make it difficult on the Bearcats to really get clean looks.
Mid-range jump shot. Ooh, that was an ugly miss from Brozdakis. Tommy Dempsey said those are the shots they're willing to give up here today.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison with Michigan, and so they want to try to run Michigan off the 3 as much as possible, not get really dominated in the paint. So like you're saying, that mid-range game, Michigan ought to be able to connect on those.
Shao, bad miss from the right wing. Shao was the man who hit the game winner on December 21st when they beat LIU Brooklyn.
That's a tough look by Matthews. Looked like he was off balance a little bit.
Sessoms, there's the freshman we highlighted in the open, but he can't get it with the left hand.
Well, pretty aggressive move by Sessoms. I can get to the rim. But again, that length and that height advantage by Michigan, making him change his shot at the rim.
No on the runner from Brazdeikis, and now the leak out. Sessoms gives it up. Nice lay-in, Everson Davis.
Nice job. 2-on-1 fast break by the Bearcats, taking advantage of the defensive imbalance of Michigan on that offensive attempt.
So Michigan has the 3 threes, but then they've missed 4 from the mid-range. And the 3 by Poole, his first miss. Matthews, offensive rebound, no. And it's gathered by Davis.
Binghamton fortunate. A couple of looks by Michigan on the offensive glass, not able to finish.
Stewart driving, finishing through the contact to Poole.
Nice job by Stewart. Looked like he was going to shoot the 3. He's already gotten 1 down. A little pump fake and a dribble drive to the bucket.
Inside Brazdeikis, short. Binghamton settling in nicely after getting down 9-3. Sessoms. That's going to be a blocking foul on Simpson. So the first break is upon us. It looked like Michigan might push this out early, but Binghamton hanging tough. Over Binghamton as we bring you courtside. Brandon Gaudin with Stephen Bardo. So Michigan, hot shooting to start, 3 threes, but they're 0 of 7 from inside the arc.
Yeah, it seems like they're really rushing a little bit. They're getting those opportunities, but they're not able to convert. I think they'll start to get comfortable with getting some of those looks because Binghamton starting to close out on the 3 a little bit better.
And there are the numbers. 2-point shooting and 3-point shooting drastically different, as Binghamton has a chance here to tie or take the lead. Stewart, he's kind of been an enforcer early, but missing the runner.
Yeah, I like his aggressiveness, getting to the rim, mixing his game up nicely.
Talked about their lack of size, even though he plays on the wing. At least he does give them some size, Stewart.
He does. And he did a good job of a tap out. He couldn't get the defensive rebound himself, but he was able to tap it to one of his teammates.
Brazdeikis around the arc, delivers into the game. 5 to shoot, and it's knocked out of bounds by the aforementioned Caleb Stewart.
Good ball movement that time, but good hands defensively. 5 seconds, so short shot clock here.
In an awkward inbounding spot. Davis wants to give it back to Poole. Poole, long fadeaway 3, and he airballed it. Oh, they're going to get a foul underneath here on Binghamton. Brazdeikis was battling with Kalistas Anichi, and they're going to get Anichi for the Bearcats with a personal. And Tommy Dempsey doesn't like the call. Oh, no. Now they
look like Rob Riley and Larry Serrato got together. And he was going to call the foul right there, I believe. But he and Rob Riley got together and decided the shot clock violation was the call.
Yeah, because before the ball hit his hand, I think the shot clock had expired. So instead of the foul on Anichi, they get it back.
Seeing Binghamton run some continuity, half-court offense against the man-to-man, just trying to get a crease in the defense. Easier said than done.
Stewart gives him the lead, 10-9. He has 8 of the 10 for the Bearcats.
He came in aggressive. He hit his first 3, and everything else has come easy for him on the offensive end.
And he averages less than 8 a game, so he's already above that number. Brazdeikis, and that pass, but Davis couldn't handle it.
Good look by Brazdeikis, though. That's what you want, that pocket pass inside the teeth of the zone. Davis comes up with that. He's going to get a dunk next time.
Binghamton right now a 7-0 run after dropping down 9-3, and they tried to backdoor, but Caldwell could not handle it. As we go back to the Stewart triple.
Well, Stewart was over in Ypsilanti on this one. Off the three a little bit and got it contested, but better concentration.
He's one of the seniors. Binghamton has 5 seniors out of their 9-man rotation, so they've got some experience.
And teams out of the America East Conference, very well coached league. A lot of upperclassmen, guys that really know how to play.
Brooks missing from 15, and Michigan yet to really find that range from 10 to 15 feet.
It's a little different look, I think, for Michigan, and it's something that they're going to have to adjust to here. But you know, they're getting clean looks.
They just haven't been able to knock them down outside of the early three-pointers. 5 on the shot clock. Sessoms had it jarred free. They're going to say he was fouled. And in the act of shooting.
Sam Sessoms is a tough guard. I mean, he's a well put together young man, only a freshman, but it seems like he's been here before, Brandon, the way he's playing.
Yeah. 8th in the nation amongst freshmen in scoring, but he misses the first. Well, when the action ends, the Big Show takes over. Highlights from around the conference, in-depth analysis and more. The Big Show tonight, 7 Eastern, of course, right here on BTN. And the second one bounces down 11-9 Binghamton. Stephen, Michigan hasn't had a field goal since the 1747 mark.
Yeah, Binghamton has made some adjustments, slight adjustments. They're playing the three-point shot a lot better.
Here's the three, left side, and that is no good from Eli Brooks. Long rebound, though, Brosdakis tracks it down. How about Poole? Got it.
Best time to shoot a three-point shot in the half court is off of an offensive rebound. The defense is scrambling. Poole not shy to step up and knock it down.
So all 12 points via the three, and 9 of them by Poole, and then 1 by Brosdakis for Michigan. Sessoms driving on Brooks, tried to pass it outside, and Livers knocked it out of bounds. That'll roll us to a media timeout with 11:24 remaining in the first half. Close ball game at the Chrysler Center.
The way they play, you mentioned they played Notre Dame extremely tough. They've been in ball games. They won their last game in dramatic fashion. So things are trending upward for Binghamton right now.
They inbounded here with 7 to shoot. Sessoms going to work. Then he tried to kick it out to Bernard. And somehow that works. The three-pointer is good for Chancellor Bernard.
And you see the Bearcats are smiling because they know they got a gift on that one. But you know what? When you're this good of a team in terms of Michigan, you're going to get everybody's best shot.
Oh, speaking of best, Isaiah Livers to the rack.
Okay. Now this, we have to mark this down. This may turn Isaiah Livers around in terms of being much more aggressive. Everybody in the program knows how good he is except him, Brandon. And plays like that can remind him how good he really is.
And then it leads to the steal, the kick out, the open three for Brooks. And Binghamton dodges a bullet. That's a good point about Livers, though. John Beilein was telling us before the game, he's been settling for a lot of threes. We need him to be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that body. You see, he's springy. He's very versatile because he's got the length and the size. He can do a lot of different things for Michigan.
Sessoms, no off the window. Poole with a rebound. Poole and Livers, of course, in the same sophomore class. Very talented sophomore class. Here's Matthews, no for the elbow. And a whistle inside, though. There's going to be a foul against Binghamton as we go back to the Livers dunk.
Well, Michigan's done an excellent job of getting the ball to the teeth of the defense, and then they look baseline. And that time, Livers, he could have settled for the jump shot, but got all the way to the rim, knowing that there's no natural shot blocker in the lineup right now for Binghamton. So Livers being much more aggressive.
And Livers and Teskey, 2 players in particular that Coach Beilein said we could stand for them to make a little bit of a bigger jump as we get toward conference play.
You know, when if I'm sick like Livers right now, if I'm 6'7", 235, and you're gonna have to push me away from the rim.
There's the two guys working together as Livers finds Teske.
I got a chance to talk to John before the game. I really enjoy talking to these young student athletes. Teske talking about how the game has slowed down, the reads and progressions have come better, and he's just trying to get better and better every game.
Such a different role. 12 minutes a game last year, 26 this year. Well, a defensive lapse there. Bernard got wide open.
Binghamton's running some good stuff here. They're changing what they're doing offensively, trying to lift on the weak side to get the weak side help out of there. That time it worked.
Poole uses a shot fake nicely and steps into his fourth three-pointer of the half.
Jordan Poole is a guy that, if he gets that first one to go, it's a long day for the opposing wing players. And it's tough. They can't deny him the basketball because they're in the zone defense, so he's going to touch it.
And then Matthews getting the steal. Saving it to Livers. Outlet Simpson. And who hit it last? They're going to say it belongs to Binghamton. Michigan is arguing the call, so is John Beeline. The officials get together, and they're going to keep it with Binghamton.
It looked like Simpson is a little hesitant. Oh, yeah. That's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious. Binghamton got a little break. Somewhere Tony Kornheiser smiling.
The alum of Binghamton. As is, we were told, Flo, the progressive girls, an alum of Binghamton. Left-hand finish. That was a tough finish for Bernard.
Bernard got some nice flow going to the rim. Second time he's been able to get on the backside of the Michigan defense.
He's a grad transfer from Loyola, Maryland. Had a nice 3-year career there. Good pass inside. Matthews all alone.
See, typically, if you're going to play Michigan the same way every time, they're going to figure it out. It may take a little bit longer, but they'll find the crease. That time, if they can get below the first level of pressure, Brandon, they can have shots at the rim like that all game long.
Michigan with a 3-point lead, 21-18. Trying to take it on to Teske, but Sessoms couldn't finish. Poole has 12 points already. Here's Livers being more aggressive, blocking foul, count the basket. So John Beeline doesn't want him to settle for threes, and he's not.
No, he's not. He's definitely being aggressive here to start the game. When in doubt, go to the hole. Nice job, young fella.
And Jordan Poole, 4 3-pointers already.
Yeah, doing a really good job of being aggressive. He's getting the looks early. Ball movement, the floor spacing of Michigan, giving him the opportunity to get some high-quality looks. And once he gets started, Brandon, it could be a long night for the Bearcats.
Career high for him in the three-point category is 5. He's already 1 away from that number. And his sophomore teammate, Isaiah Livers, steps to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. But he cannot. Matthews tried to keep it alive, but it's ripped out of there by Shao.
This is a critical juncture for the Bearcats right now. They were having some pretty good success, but Michigan turning up the heat defensively.
Driving baseline, Timmy Rose. And now Stewart. He had the early offense for the Bearcats, but it's blocked there. Good defense by Matthews. Up ahead, Poole. Lob. Sophomore to sophomore.
Boy, when they're moving and pushing the ball up like that, Poole with an excellent lead pass for an easy deuce. Livers looking good right now.
I wasn't sure the original pass from Teske was going to make it up to Poole, but it did. And led to that great play.
Nice job getting out on the break, getting behind the defense, and Isaiah Livers sneaking behind the baseline, able to get it go.
So Poole has 12, Livers with 6, and the pair of sophomores have combined for 18 to the 25 for John Beilein. This is a little bit of a danger zone here for Binghamton now in the final 6.5 minutes. Poole. Battle for the board comes down to J.C. Shao.
Well, Brazdeikis almost got that offensive rebound, and had he gotten that in a putback, Bearcats be in serious trouble.
Active hands by Xavier Simpson. He jarred it free. Binghamton foul on Everson Davis.
Team's third.
Xavier Simpson, so scrappy.
20, Caitlin Stewart.
And, you know, he's got that saltiness. That's what gets this team going defensively is his leadership. Simpson plays with a chip on his shoulder.
They say there was nobody more upset after that Villanova game than Simpson. He was inconsolable.
I bet.
Knocked out of bounds by Davis. Yeah, I mean, he said that he still thinks about the state title game that he lost in high school. It still makes him angry.
Hey, man, those things come back and haunt you. I got a teammate that wouldn't watch a Final Four game against these Michigan Wolverines that we lost to on the last-second shot. He didn't look at it for 15 years. I mean, this stuff runs deep.
It also means he's a competitive guy. Teske misses wide open from the free throw line.
John Beilein not real happy with the lack of confidence that Michigan is using. They're getting a lot of two-point looks, Brandon, but they're not stepping up with confidence. We've seen an air ball. We've seen them shoot short. It's been unusual for Michigan. Not stepping up with confidence.
Yeah, they're going to need to knock those down because Tommy Dempsey is willing to give those shots up. Poole has had the hot hand, but he's missed his last 2 from long range.
Now Binghamton doing exactly what they need. Take a little bit more time in this possession.
How about Bernard? Just no fear.
I talked about the grad transfer, and he's had a lot of time and understanding. This is a wonderful opportunity for the Bearcats.
He has 9. Stewart has 8. That's been all of the offense, really, for Binghamton.
Yeah, they've undersized guys that are playing the post, so they have a foot speed advantage over Teske and Brazdeikis.
22 to shoot, 5 to play. Teske falling out of bounds, and he threw it away. He lost his balance. Stewart right to the rim, and he's got 2 more. He's in double figures with 10.
No fear on Stewart. And no fear on Bernard. See if the rest of his teammates step up. Sessoms, we know, is a confident freshman, but this is new territory for him.
Deep post touch. Oh, Teske had the height advantage, missed the bunny, and it belongs to Binghamton. And those are ones that John Teske has to make.
I agree, and I'd like to see John Teske actually gather himself and dunk it. You know, there's no message sender better than dunking on a guy's head and trying to demoralize him. You know what I mean?
And I think John Beilein was telling that to him when he came back down the floor.
Yeah. Use that size.
There he uses the size. He blocks Sessoms. That was David versus Goliath.
No doubt about that. And good timing, too, by Teske.
They're giving him once more the open elbow jumper. Matthews trying to keep it alive, but it comes to Everson Davis. So Binghamton playing the number 2 team in the country close here in enemy territory. Bernard. Oh, man. Another pretty move. Outlet Brazdeikis right to the basket.
It's an excellent decision by Michigan. When you're struggling in a half-court set, you get the defensive rebound, you run. You get an easy deuce to get your confidence level back up.
Broke a little 3-minute field goal drought for the Wolverines. Shao open because Poole fell, and that allows for the open triple.
Tommy Dempsey's got to be pleased the way his guys have responded. We talked about that danger window. They were down 8, and they've really picked it up here.
Yeah, that was at the 6.5-minute mark, and they have responded. Once again, Teske. Sure. He just seems to have no confidence right now in that mid-range shot. How about Matthews? Yes.
And see, the fans now, you got to remember something. College basketball, like the NBA, is a three-point shot or at the rim. The mid-range game is gone in college basketball, so the fans are kind of exacerbated, but they don't shoot those shots a lot anymore, Brandon. And so I think what Binghamton is making them do is helping them stay in the game.
Pretty good game plan by Tommy Dempsey.
Yes, definitely. Because you got to give up something. You can't take away everything of Michigan, especially when you're undersized the way the Bearcats are.
And he said the threes and the dunks, those are going to get the crowd into it. The mid-range jumpers we will live with. Brazdeikis taking it to the rim.
So instead of selling for that mid-range where they're pulling short or shooting too long, Iggy knows what to do with it.
Brazdeikis now with 7. Coming up at the half, we'll send it back to Mike Hall, Jess Settles, and Ben Bruss for the State Farm halftime report in Chicago. Sessoms, he's had a pretty quiet first half. Driving inside, no good with the right hand of Everson Davis.
I'll tell you what, Binghamton is getting good looks against one of the nation's best defensive teams.
And here's a steal. Yeah, their offense really has been fearless. Shot fake, three-pointer, off to the right side from Stewart.
That was an uncharacteristically quick three by Binghamton. I understand Stewart needed to look at it, though.
Teskey this time gets the bounce over the front of the rim.
Nice job by Teskey. Tell he wasn't rushed that time. Got it right where he wanted. And soft touch. Rare you see bigs hit the front of the rim and it still dives into the bucket.
4 points on 2 of 6 shooting for the center. J.C. Shao, strong move, strong finish.
You know what all Binghamton's doing is spacing the floor and beating Michigan off the bounce. They're just trying to beat you to the rim. And if there's help, there's collapse, they kick out to maybe an open teammate. But Binghamton has done a really good job of spacing out the Wolverines here in the first half.
Matthews catching it. He's fouled on a good feed from Teskey. And Stewart fell hard inside. We got a timeout with 31.5 seconds left in the first half.
Start out really dominant with those performances against really high-level competition. And the last 4 games, a little slippage there. And so Binghamton has done a really good job with 14 paint points, Brandon. That's something we didn't expect coming in with their lack of size, but they've done a good job of spreading Michigan out, putting the ball on the deck, and getting to the rim.
And when they've got to the rim, they have finished with some tough shots.
They have. And you know, in fairness to Michigan, you've got guys who are forwards and centers at 6'7" and above for Michigan, having to really guard guards, the size of guards for Binghamton. Even though Bernard is playing a forward position, he's 6'4". So he's more like a guard. And so that's where Binghamton is taking advantage here in the first half.
Matthews just 1 of 2. Free throw shooting has always been a little bit of an issue for him at 62% this season. So it's a 5-point lead and just 1 second separating the shot and game clock here.
See, John Beilein was concerned about this game, and I chuckled to myself like all these coaches do the same thing, but he do something. This team would come in and do well.
They've gotten all they could handle so far. Sessoms missing an open look there, and that is how the first half ends. But Binghamton, as you said, they've got to be pleased. Tommy Dempsey's crew within 5 of the #2 team in the land.
Have done an excellent job of making the adjustments in the half-court defense in their 2-3 zone, only giving up the mid-range shot, which Michigan has not been able to convert.
On the other side of this break, we'll toss it to Chicago for the State Farm halftime report. And then 20 more minutes from the Chrysler Center. Michigan by a handful at intermission. Probably had some adjustments to make there at halftime with his team.
Oh, for sure. And I think a lot of them will be, how do they attack the middle of the zone? They got a ton of open looks, and we're not able to convert it, a little hesitant. I think what you'll see, Beilein will go to a situation where either they'll get the ball inside, like right here, that's normally a bucket. And then Iggy typically does a really good job with his runners, and then Teskey just He rushed that shot right there. So there were a number of times when Michigan had open looks. They're shooting 44% from the field right now. It could have easily been 60 if they had converted on some of those looks.
So what are the adjustments other than just making those shots in that mid-range?
You know what, I think you'll see Michigan get the ball in the mid-range, and they'll probably up-fake. They want to see what the defense is going to do because they may try to get all the way to the rim because they're not having success knocking down those mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, because that Binghamton defense was basically just laying back.
Yep, they're choosing, to give them that open look. Tommy Dempsey and his staff did a really good job in preparing, giving his guys a chance to compete.
Bernard with it. He had a big first half. This is to start the second. And for Michigan in the first half, it was Poole with 12, all from three-point land. Another mid-range miss, but Teske taps it back out.
Nice job by Teske doing what the Bearcats did in the first half. If he couldn't corral the rebound, tap it to a teammate.
Top Xavier Simpson. By the way, Simpson changed his shoes at intermission. Here it's Matthews having it blocked from behind by Stewart.
Nice job with the defense collapsing by the Bearcats. Brandon, you often heard me say this. Most important juncture of the game, first 5 minutes of the second half. Expect to see the Wolverines put their mark on this.
And there, Everson Davis from 18 feet to pull Binghamton back within one possession.
The longer this game goes, the 4-9 record goes out of the window, and Binghamton thinks they belong.
In those 4-minute increments that Tommy Dempsey talked about, his team has now stayed in to the second half. Poole looking for his 5th three-pointer of the game, and he's got it.
Doing exactly what he was supposed to do. The defense, Davis was late to rotate to him. Poole elevates. You don't know whether this guy's missed his first 5 or made his first 5. It doesn't matter. He still elevates.
Those 5 three-point makes a career high for the sophomore Poole, and he's now hit 33 of them on the season to lead Michigan. Dangerous pass. They're going to get bailed out. Brosdakis is going to pick up the personal. We go back to the Poole 3.
Watch Davis has to suck in defensively. He has to watch Charles Matthews, and he's too late to close out on Jordan Poole. Yeah, you have to pick your poison with Michigan. And even though they haven't converted a lot of their two-point looks, they're poised right now to bust this open to double figures. They can get a couple consecutive stops.
Stewart, he had double figures in the first half. They're good defense by Matthews, and it's going to belong to Michigan.
Good call on this, Brandon. That's just, they're sizing them up and going one-on-one off the bounce, like we saw in the first half. And Michigan, if you're going to be known for a defensive team, you got to guard your man. Nice job by Matthews that time.
Now the Wolverines will try to get it beyond 6 points. Biggest lead was 8. Short by Matthews again. He's open, but he was fading away from the basket.
And that was the key thing in that situation.
And how about Sam Sessoms right to the basket?
So I'm surprised. I know Matthews is open. I'm surprised he doesn't catch it and try to get to the rim.
This is just 2 of 9 from the floor, and a lot of them have been those mid-range shots. Simpson navigating inside, and he got bumped as he tried to float it up.
Boys, watch him fade back. He has a natural fade to a shot, but, you start to get it in your head. You don't, because you're a good shooter and all. But others, when they start to get in their head, it's like they start fading and start doing different things. Get back to the basics, elevate with confidence if it makes or misses. If you've done your mechanics correctly, release the result.
Well, I was on that Illinois Final Four team. I don't know if you remember that. I was getting you water. That's what I was doing.
I don't know about all that. Oh, thanks for the reminder, man. I wanted to send a shout out to Demetrius Caleb, who was on the 1989 National Championship team. 30-year anniversary for the Wolverines team. He had a stroke. I want to send him well wishes out to California. Get well Demetrius, we miss you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, and those teams, you and Illinois and the Michigan teams here, had some good battles back in the day.
Oh, tremendous battles. I told Terry Mills, we've messed up, man. We should have gotten the two teams together at some point this season. Still may try to, because that Michigan Wolverine team was outstanding.
So was your Illinois team. Late shot clock, no. Trying to save the possession was Davis, but he missed it. Now here comes Simpson with a full head of steam, and a great recovery block by Stewart.
Good team defense by the Bearcats. 3 back in the paint.
And Shao drawing the foul against Brazdakis. That block was nice.
And they hustled back. Look, there's 3 defenders right there. And then allow just one guy to try to take Simpson. Sometimes Stewart hustles back and comes up with the block.
Might not think, because the size advantage, they block a lot of shots, but they're 3rd in the nation, Binghamton, in block shots.
Isn't that something how it works, where you got guys who have a tendency to really go after shots like that, Stewart being one of them.
Tommy Dempsey's club continues to hang around here at the Chrysler Center. J.C. Shao gets them both.
So they continue to hang around. They put this 3-quarter court pressure a little bit, trying to take some time off the shot clock, trying to get into the rhythm of what the Wolverines want to do in the half-court set. So now we're already under 20 seconds, and they have not initiated their offense yet.
That's a good point. They really have dictated the tempo in this game. Brazdakis, no. Battling for the rebound, but he lost it. And now he's recovering, so it's a 5-on-4 for the time being. Shot will not count. The foul is on the floor against Michigan. Binghamton down 4 in Ann Arbor.
College basketball. Let's look at the scoring distribution. Stellar from the 3-point line. The points in the paints are a little deceiving because some of those things, you know, they missed a lot of those. The mid-range, only 2 points there. See if Michigan can improve on this in the next 4-minute juncture.
Well, as you've noted, Binghamton's been living by driving to the basket, spreading out this Michigan defense, but there Teskey jarred it free. A little help from Simpson.
Nice active hands.
And then Simpson with a great pass to Brazdakis.
Iggy Brazdakis running the floor very, very well. When you've got a point guard like Simpson and you run like your life depends on it, he's going to get you the rock.
He has 6 assists now to just 1 turnover to Xavier Simpson, and he averages right around 6 a game.
Oh, look at that pass.
And a great slip to the basket by Bernard.
Well, I tell you what, if this is the 6th best team in the American East, I got to see the top 5 teams because these guys are balling. They are playing the game plan about as good as you could expect.
And again, they kept it close at Notre Dame for a full 40 minutes. Poole taking a step back for his 6th three-pointer, a career high.
Jordan Poole's one of those players that we're going to see throughout the season that can bust out and have a 30, 32-point game at some point in the Big Ten. Just that talented.
His career high 26 came against South Carolina on December 8th. Tonight he's got 18 off from outside the arc, and how about that bounce for Everson Davis?
Boy, Binghamton wanting timeout after that make. They try to do something a little bit differently, but they're right in this.
Poole again, he just keeps stepping further back. Tap out once again by Teskey. Brazdakis not comfortable in that mid-range.
I don't think a lot of players in today's game are, Brandon. They don't really practice the mid-range game. You don't see guys that are specialists in that range anymore.
Yeah, you said it earlier. When those guys go up, it's almost like they're alligator arming those shots.
That's right.
Splitting the defenders, Sessoms out to the corner. Here goes Stewart, had it stripped. But Teskey was the one to knock it out with 5 to shoot. Poole now with 18 points.
Well, when you can shoot with that kind of range, it's tough for a zone defense to stay home, meaning that in a zone, you have to work as a man, like a man-to-man, like on a rope. And when Jordan Poole's that far, it's tough to deny him the rock.
All 10 of his shots have been from 3. Watch the shot clock here. Sessoms off the heel. That's going to be a foul on Livers. Stewart had position.
I like Tyler Stewart, what we've seen. He has been aggressive and active, looking for his shot, getting on the offensive rebound when given the opportunity.
And he gives Binghamton another opportunity here. Hands it to Shao. Shao high off the window, no.
Teske won't get credit for that block, but his presence caused that miss. Shao had a really good look at the rim, but had to adjust because of Teske.
Simpson up top and a little too high for Livers.
I think that's the right idea. Livers was behind the defense. Xavier's sitting there talking to him, asking him, you don't want to argue with the point guard, Livers, because he may not see the rock.
7 assists for Simpson, missing his 8th there. He does now have 2 turnovers. Bernard challenging the taller Teske, and Teske swallowed him. Comes out to Davis. Hesitation move.
They are challenging John Teske almost every time. There's a lot of fighting this Bearcats.
Back within 3, this Chrysler Center crowd starting to get a little antsy.
Well, they sense that the tempo, as you mentioned earlier, Brandon, is in favor of Binghamton, and they've kept it that way.
Livers finds himself wide open.
And that's how you elevate with confidence. No hesitation. Caught, got his puppy set, knock it down.
This game has some similarities to the Western Michigan struggle here that they had a couple of games ago. Spinning inside Sessoms. Whoa, what in the world? I don't even think he meant for that to go in.
No, he didn't, but he'll take it.
His teammates love it. Back within 3.
And to think that Binghamton is missing their best player out with concussion-like symptoms right now.
Livers hit the last one from that spot. They give it to him again, and it goes in and out. A chance to tie the game or get within 1 here. Sessoms is quick, lost his footing, out to Shao.
Well, he's going to be a good one, isn't he? Freshman seems like he's been here before.
You can just tell by how he carries himself. Davis, tough step back shot, that one no good.
Good defensive adjustment that time by the Wolverines.
They jump out on Poole, so he drives inside and dishes it to Matthews.
So you get lulled into watching Jordan Poole shoot the 3, but he can also put it on the deck and make plays.
This crowd trying to come alive. That one blocked by Matthews, but they're going to get him for the foul.
Good challenge.
And that will take us to the timeout.
Well, you're talking about Binghamton going strong to the hole. Everson Davis flexing hard, but Jordan Poole's got something in exchange. Sweet pocket pass for the sweet dunk by Matthews.
Ian Murphy and Happ will go toe-to-toe. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I want Big Ten viewers to understand how unique those 2 players are. Ethan Happ, you don't see a guy in college basketball that touches as many aspects of the game from the center position that Ethan Happ does. And he's been fantastic. And Jordan Murphy is a machine. Rebounding machine, scoring. He's extended his offensive game. Big Ten is going to be just an unbelievable conference race this season.
This is the last non-conference tune-up for Michigan, and obviously they have been tested to this point. During the break, you pointed out to me that Binghamton has 24 points in the paint. That is something John Beilein is not going to be very happy about.
No, he's not. And it's really been a mano-a-mano type thing where Binghamton gets you one-on-one, and they're just dribble penetration to the rim.
Brooks, extra pass, baseline jumper. Matthews misses again. He's 3 of 11 from the floor. And it belongs to the Bearcats.
Bearcats basketball.
Well, we know what Charles Matthews is going to be doing tomorrow. Getting up 500 jumpers in the gym. That's the only way you get out of a funk. You got to get in the gym and get those reps up. Get your confidence back up.
7 points today. The shooting is down a little bit this season. It was 50% from the floor last year, 45 this season. A lot of people are keying on Charles Matthews even more than they were a year ago, too.
That's true. And Iggy Brazdeikis has picked up some of the scoring slack that graduated.
And the shot clock's going to expire before Bernard can get that up.
Excellent job by Eli Brooks defensively. Recognizing that the shot clock was running down, he pressed up against Bernard to cause that turnover.
9 turnovers now for Binghamton, 6 for Michigan. Matthews, this time in and out. Nothing will drop for number 1 in white.
And just got to keep his head up, keep smiling, keep your body language positive.
And Tommy Dempsey is going to take a timeout here with 9:07 left in the second half. 50. That's the thing that's impressed me the most.
Yeah, his mechanics are excellent. He jumps about the same height every time. He's got really good follow through, and he doesn't have a lot of, it's very fluid, efficient.
They tried to run a backdoor play there for Sessoms, but the pass got interrupted. Shot fake from Brooks. And then Brooks almost threw it away. Stewart knocked it out of bounds with 22 on the shot clock.
Well, remember now, if you're Binghamton, you're on the road at the number 2 team in the country. You got 8 minutes and 52 seconds left, and you're within 5 points. So they are energized beyond belief right now.
Brazdeikis, no. Livers, though, saves the possession. Yeah, Binghamton has to be juiced up. Got an amazing opportunity here. That won't help him. Brazdeikis, and that's what you were talking about, Steven. Don't settle for the one at the free throw line. Take a dribble, get to the basket.
Right, because when they get the ball in the Big Ten emblem area, watch where Brazdeikis gets the ball. And then he's one-on-one. So now you're one-on-one. You've got the size advantage. Go right to the rim. Nice job by Iggy.
And now he'll try to complete the three-point play, but he cannot.
I like the hairdo, too. His is shorter than Matt Harms, so his hair doesn't get in the way. I think Harms had, I don't know. I think his hair gets in the way a lot.
An unforced turnover there. Binghamton coach Tommy Dempsey cannot be happy about that one. That's the 11th turnover for the Bearcats.
They've been fairly clean, have the Bearcats taking care of the basketball. 11 turnovers, that's not bad. Going up against a Michigan team, though, that rarely turns it over, has done a good job of taking care of the basketball.
Michigan, once again this year, top 10 of the nation in turnovers, less than 10 a game. Brazdeikis, again, trying to get to the basket. The tap back may have been accidental, but they'll give that to Livers.
And see, that's a good job of utilizing their size, crashing the offensive glass. Not something that you're accustomed to seeing Michigan do a lot, but Livers, Poole, Matthews, those long wings, they can get to the glass.
Now the largest lead of the game for Michigan. Can he save it? Yes, good effort by Simpson.
Simpson's so tough.
He's been a Bulldog again today with 7 assists. Livers, one dribble, up off the glass, 11-point lead. Timeout, Binghamton. Michigan has finally opened it up.
Figured out, get the ball in the middle. Don't settle for the mid-range. Use the body to get to the rim. Isaiah Livers coming out party seems to be taking place right now.
That is inside the mask. I've got some questions.
That's a little blend. It looks like a, I won't even go there. Isaiah Livers, 6 of 7 from the field, utilizing that frame and being aggressive. Nice setup by his teammates. And he's one of the few guys today that has really been good in the mid-range game. And got a little bunny right there.
12 points, season high. His career high is 13, and Michigan has now forced 3 turnovers on Binghamton's last 5 possessions. Here's Livers from deep. No.
I still like that attempt. He went to the hot man. He caught it in rhythm. It's a good attempt.
Even with that miss, 6 of 8 from the floor today for Livers. So Binghamton finally finding themselves down double digits for the first time. How will they respond? Chow. Kind of a shot put up there. No good. Simpson, nice block out.
Jordan Poole did a fantastic job of denying the basketball to Sessoms. So it kind of threw a little monkey wrench into the offense.
Livers another open 3. And that one is good. And he has a new career high, 15 points. And it's now an 11-0 run.
He's yet another player to kind of show why Michigan is so dangerous and could be a national title contender. You've got Poole, Livers, Brazdeikis, Matthews, all guys that can score big time for you.
Chancellor Bernard, he's had a great game. Now he has 13 points as we go back to that Livers triple.
Good job. Simpson sucks the defense in. That's a practice jump shot right there. Nobody in the neighborhood, by himself. Nice elevation, and comes back and makes one after missing his last.
He's got a career high in assists, or points. The assist, though, came from Simpson, and he's now tied his career high with 9 assists in this game.
So we're talking about Simpson, who is not a tremendous offensive threat, even though John Beilein says in practice he shoots with a lot of confidence, but just hasn't translated consistently to the games. But when you are setting up your teammates like that and you're the head of this defense, that's why he's so valuable to this attack.
They're so unselfish. He's only put up 1 shot in this game.
Oh, nice closeout on Poole.
As the shot clock goes down to single digits. Simpson looking for his 10th assist of the game, and he's got it. As Brazdeikis knocks down the triple.
Brazdeikis. Again, you got all these guys that can score the rock like that. And you're playing this kind of defense.
Offensive foul. Poole took the contact.
Poole anticipated going back right, squares him up, draws the contact. And then Iggy popping from long range. Nice stroke.
And a good find by Simpson for his 10th assist. So Michigan, after being close with Binghamton for the first 30-plus minutes, is now out to a 14-point advantage. Same spot, same result.
Wasn't this game close a couple of minutes ago? I mean,
literally.
Yeah, Binghamton was within striking distance, and look at the suffocating defense.
It really was 4 minutes ago that this was a 5-point game. And now it's 63-46. They're still battling, though.
Well, Richard Caldwell Jr. caught a size 10 Nike in the face by Xavier Simpson. Iggy popping once again.
Jump ball, Michigan possession.
Bench loves it. Iggy now has 17. It has been a quiet 17 for Iggy. They're going to go back and look at the last play here with 4:45 remaining.
I think they're looking at the scrum a little bit. Richard Caldwell Jr. caught one of those brand Jordans from Xavier Simpson right in the dome. I don't think it was intentional. Guys are just trying to get the loose ball.
Officials Mike Kitts, Larry Scrotto, Bob Riley as we get another peek at it.
Watch him go after the basketball. Everybody gets on the deck and then, ooh.
Yeah, you're right. That right foot of Simpson. Right there. Or left foot, I should say.
Yep. And these guys, a lot of, like, this is great work by a camera crew because a lot of people don't understand how physical it is when you go to the floor for a basketball like that. It's you know, whatever you can get away with. You get a shot in, get an elbow, a grab. It's not malicious. You're just trying to get the basketball.
You know, at first look, I didn't think that Simpson was going to be in any trouble here, but they may get him with a technical.
You think so? With the excessive contact here? So you watch his right foot. First goes up. And I think he's trying to kick it because he loses it. That didn't hit, but Caldwell, but right there. Right up under the chin.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. That push with the left foot at the end of that play. And they've taken a long look at this.
And you can tell John Beilein is looking a little perplexed, as is Jordan Poole, as they try to listen in to the conversation. I think you're right, Brandon. I think Simpson's going to be looking at maybe a flagrant one. Look at Poole's face. The response on Elliott Poole is kind of telling it all right there.
And I'm not saying that Simpson was trying to be malicious. I think he just felt contact in the back. Like you said, you're fighting in the scrum, but it may have looked worse than it actually was.
Oh, I agree. And
we're going to get an explanation here. Okay, so they just came over and talked to you. What'd they say?
Exactly what you said. The foot under the face of Caldwell, and it's a flagrant one on Xavier Simpson.
So, and then Larry Scarrato, the other official, just came over here to make sure that we had the information, which we do. So the flagrant goes against Simpson, and Caldwell will go to the line.
And something happened here. What? Larry Scarrato ran to the side, and now they're looking at the monitor again. Oh, they had the wrong guy at the line. Okay.
So Richard Caldwell back there, and that one is good. So a lot of confusion here. Let's get one more look. There's the flagrant.
And then watch, see the elbows and everything, and guys going at it, man. It's what you want. It's high-level basketball. Binghamton, I give them a lot of credit. They have fought hard. They've had an excellent game plan. It's just that Michigan has got on track offensively here in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, this final score might not be indicative of really how close this game was.
Agree.
And we'll see what the final 4.5 brings us. Sessoms, he just settled for that.
And that's the contested shot percentage that we talked about early in the game that Beilein and his staff look for. They look for 75 to 80% of opponents' shots being contested.
And that one certainly was. As the Wolverines continue to try to stretch it out. Livers into Brosdakis. He has 19.
I'm telling you, I've not seen Isaiah Livers be this active. Like he's usually, settling for jumpers or, willing to pass the basketball, but he's actually making plays.
He now has 3 assists. He doesn't have any turnovers either. Once again, another contested shot and no foul. Inside that pass, last touch by Brosdakis as Simpson tried to thread the needle. Final media timeout as the Wolverines have opened it up a bit here in Ann Arbor.
One of the better, more underrated teams in America. I think that's their 6th win in a row. Houston seems to be a little bit of surprise to me, being undefeated this deep in the season.
Yeah, and Virginia still doing their thing, but Michigan, one of their best starts ever. Inside, off the window, and that'll drop for Stewart. Only 2 times have they started better than 13-0. They were 16-0 in 2012 and 13, and way back in 85-86.
Got to take that.
Well, they gave it to him. He did take it, left it short, and then it bounced right back to him.
Yep, when you study, used to say back in the day, when you study long, you study wrong. You got to catch and let it fly.
This time off the bounce, no good, but Brosdakis is now over 20 points for the tap-back. He scored Michigan's last 10.
And he's done it in impressive and efficient fashion, as you mentioned. He can get on the offensive glass. He can shoot the three. He can get in the mid-range, get to the rim.
And here, a blocking foul against Brazdeikis. So this is the undefeated seasons of starts, I should say, that I was mentioning. And the other times they started out this hot, it ended up pretty good.
It did. And, you know, looking at that 2012-2013 team that had a magnificent run to the title game. They are trying to get back in that mode as well, trying to return and maybe return the favor as they were there last season.
And when they get back in Big Ten play, they're going to start at home. Penn State here on January 3rd, and IU comes to town on January 6th.
Yeah, they've got a favorable start. They've got 3 of their first 5 at home. And in a gauntlet like the Big Ten, you want to get off to a good start. So they have a good opportunity to do so. That Hoosiers team will be quite a challenge as well.
And we'll see 2 of the best freshmen in the country in Romeo Langford and Brazdeikis go head-to-head.
Boy, Romeo Langford is a special one. You know, Brandon, those great ones that just kind of glide, that's Romeo Langford.
That is a good way to put it. Everything looks effortless with him.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just kind of going 50%, but he's getting past his defender every time. He's got that glide to him.
And Brazdeikis today with 21. Simpson will take a seat. What a game for him. He only puts up 1 shot, but he contributes 10 assists and 9 rebounds. Shout from way outside, and that's off the mark. So David DeJulius, one of the freshmen, coming in for the first time, number 0 in white. Livers continues his big afternoon. Give him 17 points.
I'm telling you, man, a runner off the glass from 8 feet. I mean, we've seen him dunk. We've seen him hit a 3. We've seen him hit a mid-range. He got to the rim. He's played excellent defense. This might be the game that we point back to, Brandon, and say, look, Livers got started against Binghamton.
His defense there was good, and I want to give you credit because you pointed that out, his first dunk. You said, watch out, this could be a coming out party today, and it has been.
Yeah, and you know, they're expanding his role. They want him to be more aggressive, and he's responded.
Nice warm round of applause as he exits and greets the fans in the stands.
All he needs to do is kiss some babies, and he's done it all, huh?
He's the Pope.
Telling you. I wish I could rock my hair like he and Jordan Poole. I love that.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm not going to lie. I'm jealous. Mine's running like it stole something. And we got a whistle here before we get the party resumed.
They got 6 players on the floor this Michigan.
They do. That's a problem. You're only supposed to have 5. Someone's got to go to the bench, boys.
And nobody wants to go.
And I think it's going to be Poole who's going to sit down. But it's going to be a technical because they had 6 on the floor. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't either. And the way that they were all looking around like, well, I don't want to go sit down. I don't want to sit down either.
So now a rarely used freshman, Leo Gallagher, will get to shoot the free throws for Binghamton.
And that meditation is coming in handy right now with John Beilein because he's a little hot up under the collar.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a problem.
The guys on the bench were getting a good laugh out of that one.
Hey, 5 minutes ago when this was a 5-point game, it wouldn't have been that funny.
That's true.
But now that they've opened it up, it's a little different. Here's Castleton, the freshman, out to Brooks, and Brooks knocks it down to give Michigan a 20-point lead.
Well, you're right, Brandon. It's going to be unfortunate for the Bearcats because it's on the surface, it's going to look like Michigan had an easy time. They did not.
It was 37 minutes, or 33 minutes, I should say, of really competitive basketball for Binghamton. Kick to the corner, good block. What a closeout. Brandon Johns, the freshman. And then the steal by the other freshman, DeJulius, in the lay-in.
Like to see these guys get some success with some playing time. They don't get a lot of tick. will do wonders for them tomorrow in practice.
Because those two freshmen, DeJulius and Johns, didn't know if they would be in the mix in the regular rotation because Brazdeikis has taken so much of the freshman spotlight.
That's right.
And Castleton, the other freshman, with a rebound. So Michigan was challenged for 30-plus minutes, but in the end, they remain one of the 4 unbeatens in college basketball as they get to 13-0 by defeating Binghamton 74-52. And a balanced effort. Poole, Livers, Brazdeikis leading the way. Brazdeikis 21 points. Poole had 18, all from outside the arc, as he had a career-high 6 3-pointers made in this ball game.
Binghamton Bearcats 52.
And Livers, let's not overlook this sophomore from Kalamazoo, Michigan, especially in the second half. That's the dunk from the first half. This is the lob from his fellow sophomore mate Poole, but he had the mid-range game going. A little bit of everything. He came in with a career-high 13 points, and he left with a career-high 17 points.
Please drive home safely.
As we go to Stephen Bardo, who's with the winning coach.